Oh, hello everyone, Ether here and welcome back to another week of the Minecraft series, and yep, third time in a row. It's the third time that I record this because my mic didn't work and then my cat was meowing like super hard, so yeah, finally it works. Yay! So this week we did a lot of different stuff, but mainly we focused on to working over the main display board over here. And I would say like we did a really good amount of progress. So we did that, and also we spent a little bit of extra time for progressing into the vault. So just as you can see, I'm level 57 right now, and also I got a big backpack. Now it's my monkey pack. It's a full totally backpack because I spent all my knowledge point into the backpack and into the big backpack already. It was like 26 or something like that, or maybe even more. I think it was like 12 and 13 or 13 and 15 or something like that. It was a lot. So yeah, the good thing is I think it was actually 11 and 13. Let me double check. This is, I believe, plus 2. It's plus 12. Yeah, I don't remember, but it was a lot, like more than 20 knowledge points, knowledge chart, knowledge thingies. And yeah, finally we got the full backpack. So what I need to do now is configure this whole guy. I believe the first rows I'm going to allow it to hold kind of my inventory in some sort of a swapper from my own inventory. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why do I have two clipboards? Oh, I grabbed this clipboard. Uh-oh. Oh, oopsie. Yeah. Ooh. That would have been terrible. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to have the first kind of a 3 lines here, just for sometime overriding my inventory or something like that, or maybe this part here probably is going to be better, and the other one just pretty much for create, so I'm going to take my create items over here and the redstone probably, or something like that, so that way it's going to be easier to work with the stuff, and I just need to get used to kind of open my inventory from here or just from the backpack. So that's going to be the next improvement, but backpack is almost fully done. I believe I also want to unlock the auto feeding, because inside of the vault that's going to be useful, and the auto refill is going to probably be better for building, but I don't think I'm going to use that much. But yeah, this is kind of where we are right now. Yeah, let me show you actually the thing that we did with the redstone right now. So one of the things that we encountered as an issue on the last week was the mechanical lamps consume too much power, so we needed to provide generation more consistently, and that's why we made this level 4 engine. And what I did this week is I added the chains, and also I managed to wire everything here from the inside, so when you look at it from the bottom you barely notice any difference. You know, it's just like chains over there. When you go inside, this is not the final design, I must say, but because this kind of a wiring, it's a little bit like temporary, but considering how this is working, probably this is going to stay. But this is what we managed to make. So we got the array that we had as a template. You know, we got over here the line 6 for the text 1, the line 7 for the text 2, and the line, oops, I grabbed a paper, the line 3 for the title, which is the confirmation or the executing, the one that I showed on the last week, but I also added the different lines where we are going to have the 6 different buttons that we can press by the controller. So now we got every different line configured in terms of the display board text that we are going to have over there. For simplifying stuff, and pretty much because of space, I reduced everything for 2 lines of text. So the first line is going to be like a little bit of a flavor, and the second line is pretty much like is the finishing with the button. And the first one is kind of telling you the state where you are doing something right now. And then we just made a clock for updating the display board in a different pattern. So I realized like with just the minimum ticks of the extender and 12 ticks, it was enough for what I wanted to do, which is way better than the piston observer clock. And then of course we got just Signal inverted, that means when we are on a specific sign there for the button, this is going to be depower, allowing the mechanical arm to send you the vapor into the display board. So that's really simple. Then we got a more complex system over here, which is just a 3-state memory cell, 2 that matters to me. The first one is when you press this button, it's going to light these lamps, of course. The second time, when you press the same button, it's going to lock itself. That's why this guy working over here, because after the first one is going to be like this. So the second time, this button is never going to send the pulse. This is going to engage when it happens the second button, so toggling essentially this one over here. And then when everything is over, that means when we reset the whole system, after a tick delay, we are going to power the top blocks here, essentially rendering everything totally kind of a reset. And the idea for this is the first button here is the confirmation display. The second one is the executing display. That means when you confirm a button for a second time, this is what's going to happen. And the third one is just kind of when you change either the button or you reset everything. Then we got other thingy here, which is for locking the updaters on the bottom side. And the last one is just the thing that I talked about the last stream, which is the unifier for all the buttons into one signal of the mechanical arm. And this is just different type of inputs that are going to allow you to update pretty much the board here. So I'm stuck there. So this one. So it's a little bit of a mess, but everything is super tied together. And the thing that I need to add for the next week, and this is kind of a pretty much like of the whole project, so I'm a little bit excited, not gonna lie, is we need to wire this one, which is the increase or lower difficulty, which are kind of the overrider for the first 2 buttons, and also the define the difficulty, which is the special wiring where we are going to enter into the special modes, which are pretty much when you use the start the challenge sequence, and when you use the special combinations that when you are on free roll mode, you can press the make a roll. No, you can press the resolution roll, and in that specific mode you are going to kind of start the challenge, but it's actually going to be for the web. So that is the 2 ones that need a special stage where it's going to require some type of memory cell like the one behind me right now, like this guy, and also change the configuration for the mechanical arm. So it's going to be a little bit more complicated than maybe the space, since these lines, for example, are going to be wired to the most far away mechanical arm over there. It would be a little bit tricky, but I believe it's going to be fine because essentially this is my output. So as long as this in range, should be fine, and this should be everything. I just kept this for the future kind of a dice roll because I want to add them. So probably with this is going to be 2 lines for the 6 type of rolls, and which should be it. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much everything that we did in terms of the redstone. It was a lot of work, especially this part over here when I needed to create some type of AND gate for telling the system where to actually updating the different type of quest part. But yeah, actually it's going to be easy if I show you how that is working. So if you follow me over here, I also added, by the way, the sound system, but you are going to see everything right. So this is going to be just a small showcase. Don't get too excited, it's a small one on how this is going to work. So now I engage the controller. I'm going to zoom in so you can pay attention to the display board. If I press one button, you hear the cue. And now you see confirmation. I can press a different button, and you can see like the display board it's updating in itself, and it's working for all the different buttons. And what I'm going to do now is we are going to, even for rolling the dice in case you are intrigued, that's the do a barrel roll, but in this case we're going to change the mode. So right now we are in the free roll mode, or like to the lobby. So we are going to confirm that actually we are going to start a new challenge, and you're going to see like the challenge got engaged right now. So difficulty challenge on 2, and we are executing start the challenge. If I press it again, I'm forced to confirm from the scratch. So now we need to execute the start a new challenge. And I think now it's working. So we are going to do it one more time. And we are going to jump into the quest. Confirmation, start the new challenge. Yes, I already confirmed that. Come on. Executing the new challenge. Can we go into the quest, please? Uh-huh. Huh. Well, something broke. But yeah. That's something that we are going to need to fix later on. This happens a lot. So if you're interested into how to fix this stuff, please come to the stream and save me, because I'm going to go crazy. So, good. We are going to talk about something else. Okay. Don't panic, guys. I just understood what happened. Remember that I broke this? Well, that's why I got this part here. It's because I was pressing the start a new challenge because I was working over this part. Well, actually, I wanted to show you the changing mode. So, yeah, I kind of broke it because that part is still not done. So, new test. We don't talk about the last part. You know, it's going to be edited. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah. So, I pressed this. Now we are going to enter to changing the mode. So, this is going to work. Confirmation, teleport to the quest, because right now we are on the challenge. So now you are going to be executing the teleporting to the quest. So we teleported into the quest over there. You can see we got lamp because that's easier to actually show you that it's working. Same with the quest and the difficulty panel. And then it's going to be reset faster because I could have the system be way more complicated in terms of updating the kind of at the text board and resetting everything, but then the logic is way bigger and we don't have space anymore. So what I did is just triggering the system, forcing an update over there, and you're going to see like every normal panel, when you got this one, for example, let's say the same that we were using previously, the confirmation, start a new challenge. You can tell like this is going to be around 10 seconds before this is going to fade out. And it's staying like this because that way you can think, you can do stuff. You're not going to be kind of a super force, like double press a button. But whenever I do this one, which is the confirmation for just the executing part, in this case we are going to now teleport to the lobby, I got a really small threshold of just 3 seconds, and you can count this, that after now, it's going to fade off really faster than the other one, just now, because that way I can force the player a little bit to not change into 2 different modes at the same time, and that way the message is always going to be reliable. So yeah, this is what we are doing right now. I just kind of made a little derp in between testing something that wasn't working because I took the wrong button. But yeah, the whole system is working on that part. I call this the main board, and now we need to convert it like a motherboard for the next week, where we add everything and we finish and polish stuff. But before going into the next week, you know, I need to do a stream for a whole week. And also I did some bolt this week, so let me show you what I did a little bit right now. So besides my new set of gear now, you know, I'm level 57, so what I did is I upgraded my sword. This was from the level 54. The chaining attack and the stun attack chance is kind of my new gear. I think it's kind of OP. I took another skill which is, I believe, super good for that, which is the daze. So I pretty much double my damage when they are stunned. And this is pretty much every 6 hits, so it's really reliable in that regards. That means kind of whenever I'm fighting bosses, I got the chance for stun them. And also I got a new shield, which is a little bit better than the last one. I'm still thinking about what is going to be kind of my last idea of build, because I believe I like a lot the idea of going with the frost for the chilling one. But I was thinking that maybe since I got a lot of poison reaction, with maybe I take a point on Nova or something and then I can kill them by this. But I'm thinking like the idea of going for Nova is more like an ability power build that I want to experience kind of once I reach a level 100, not right now. And probably for me it's going to be easier to transition into the Frostbite one. So if I can manage to get a sword that's going to have here Chilling Cloud, probably that's going to be my build, because that way I'm going to be able to freeze them. I'm going to be able to also buy the skill for the Blizzard one, the Blizzard Arrow, because the cool thing about this one is this doesn't require ability power, and as you can see, nothing here in my build requires ability power. So if there is going to be the Blizzard Arrow for the Frostbite, or my other one is going to be going for the lucky hit, so I could take a point or a couple of points on battle cry, surround myself by mobs, getting extra lucky hit chance, and then start kind of hitting by them. I don't know if I'm going to consume the stacks, because this is a stack used per hit, so probably it's not too good. Kind of I need to stack a couple of them so I can use them for the 8 seconds duration, but the whole idea is getting surrounded by mobs. And of course, since we made some tweaks here and there, what I did is I made the focus way more interesting, because I upgraded like the focus now rolled better, higher chances of a lucky hit. So if you, I think I got one here for showing. Yes, look, you can look at this one. This is, for example, +8, where the minimum is 6 and the maximum is 15. But if you look up to a wand on the same level, the wand is only going to be able to go up to 10%. So right now, because I was looking a lot in Reddit for stuff, a lot of people complain like the focus is the kind of a little brother from the shields and the wand. So it's like the worst of both. So I was looking into the stats and I realized the shield got unique block chance. The other ones don't have this. Of course, it's torn damage, which is kind of the other unique for the shield, which is fair enough. The one got the unique one for giving you ability power, which I believe is super powerful. But the focus, the only one that it got is the lucky hit chance, and it was just kind of on par with the one, so it was kind of a super dumb. So I upgraded like 5 or 10%. It's not too broken, but it were more consistent. So if you really want to go for the lucky hit chance, you need to go with focus. And since you're going with focus, I nerfed a little bit. I believe it was something on the one. I believe I nerfed the soul chance or something like that. So for the utility and not damage or not kind of a power or whatever, is going to be the focus, which is, I believe, what is their intended goal. So that is good. And in my case, of course, I took all the points away on lucky hit because I realized that I wasn't using them. I put the sorcery to the max, the witchery to the max, and the days now to the max. So I believe my next point that I'm going to have, probably I'm going to need to place a couple of them either on Nether Mastery or the Illager Mastery, because I realized that when I'm fighting dungeon mobs, they become like super tanky, and I need to find a way to deal with them. And also the other option is just kind of going for the lucky crits and going here, or just go full like Blizzard Chili, kind of starting to pave out my final build. Because from the other guys, or from kind of the other skills here, probably to me is the Spirit Walk a good option. It's probably going to be the other thing that I like about the Frost Nova also is this doesn't apply or require ability power. The other option is maybe the Shell, but I don't like builds that or skills that cost you mana per second, so that's why I don't think Stun is going to be my best idea. And the other option is probably taking either the Rat Totem or the Spirit. The Spirit is going to allow me to be more tanky because of the mana regen and my mana shield, or it's going to be better going for the Wrath because it's going to be 3 extra damage that I'm going to get. And again, sometimes I feel like I'm lacking more damage, mainly because I care more about either the soul chance or the chaining attacks and the stun chance right now, or that's going to be the chilling cloud, but I don't care too much about rolling necessarily the extra damage. So instead of going crazy for finding the perfect sword, I'm just fine with this style for now. So this is kind of what I have in terms of the build. And the other thing that I made in terms of changes and stuff is tweaking the gear a little bit more. And I believe that was pretty much everything. So yeah, this is kind of where we are right now. I just took, I believe I talk about you, I share about this, but I took a point into the Mystic now, so 12% extra chance for the crystal not get cursed and modifiable. And I'm on the Wild West room, so I'm crafting more rooms now. I'm going to craft until there is no possible way to modify this crystal anymore. But the bad thing about this is I got weakness 3, and this is the one where it's bamboo cartonite with a lot of pillagers. So that crystal is not looking too good right now, but I still think I want to go with it. So my other thing is essentially I want to craft more. And the other one that I'm looking forward is a mushroom, because I was lacking in terms of the some stuff from the living chest. Mainly I want more of my Eternal Soul, because I want to have a second Eternal. And I'm not so sure, I believe I need now 200 souls, so we are kind of halfway there. And the other one that I think is going to be super good is going with the Dragon Inscriptions, which is not that expensive. I could craft 2 of them right now, but also I want to kind of combo these with a vendor, because, you know, if I got enough time, right now these crystal got 20 of them, 20 minutes, so for one. As you can see, this is 20 minutes. Probably I'm going to have enough time for looting 2 of these dragon rooms, and also then spend all the monies that I get into the vendor immediately. So that's going to be super good. But yeah, also, oh, this is the other one that I wanted to show you. Look at this scavenger pouch. So I got everything here, which is going to drop in the end essentially into the scavenger room. This is also going to become rotten, and all of this is the ones that I want to smell, because I don't care about anything around this. So everything that is here pretty much is going to become soul charts at the end of the run. Then I got all the different gems. Then I got, of course, the chakras for separation, where I need to do more stuff. I got the blocks that I believe they are utilities to me, because they add a different type of functionality, so I don't want necessarily to smell these guys. Also the same with the chromatic and with the diamonds, because when I encounter that rooms I try to mine them, and this is super helpful. So for example, I encountered 2 of that, and right now I'm filling with diamonds, but after I start crafting, this feels like it's not too good. So that is this, and also the other thing that are kind of a utility, kind of a useful, kind of sometimes I just smell them. Right now I got no of these guys from killing the mobs, and also I'm going to consume these booster packs because we are still looking for the last piece of the relic of the warrior. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. And then I got a new this is the old vault pouch, but I just added stuff. So the chalkers are pretty much for separation. I keep stacking more of the stack upgrades and a lot of jewels, and then a double kind of a pair of everything that I can find. And I don't know if you noticed, but this is actually because this is a backpack, this is just still the small backpack. So this one, when it's going to be upgraded, is going to be a brand new one of here that I'm just going to multiply these ones. So it's going to be stacking, like I'm going to have 3 of each per run, and everything else I'm just going to pretty much put it inside of a chunker. So hopefully that's going to be super good after I start kind of collecting more of the key pieces and everything with the keys, and also going to be running with them. So hopefully that's going to be running really well. And right now we are just waiting for the wheat to grow, because yeah, this is not enough. So this is where we are right now. And again, if you are interested into right now this week going crazy with the redstone and probably finishing everything, because believe it or not, I have been learning a lot about the display boards from the create mod. There are kind of a lot of different things in terms of the timing, for example, for the updatings and the visuals that you can do, which I believe are really cool. Sadly, the only thing that doesn't work right now because it's bugged out is the Nixie tubes updating into another Nixie tube. But that's something reported, so hopefully on the next update on Create they are going to fix it. But besides that, everything else is working as intended. I have been learning a lot about it. And yeah, also we are going to be playing way more Vault. Also, yeah, talking about that, not like I want to end in a sad note, but yeah, I need to pay 8 Vault crystals because I have been successful, but also I have been dying inside of the vault. And the last one was super, super sad because, where is my vault history? This one, I completed, it was this one, the previous one. I didn't complete it because I ran out of of time, but it was super close. I got a decent amount of chests, I got an insane amount of ores that I needed to mine, I killed a lot of mobs, and you know, it was really good. Even to my own standard, was a little bit higher on the usual. This was a scavenger one with I got a Tenos favor. The looter dream, that means it came with this just because, which was way better. Yeah, it was like an ocean team. I completed an spider dungeon and everything. I completed the Tenos favor, which was mining 28 wooden chests. But the problem was I ended like with 1 minute eating my kiwis with 4 chests left, and I jumped into a POI and it was a boss mob. So I couldn't loot the chest because the mob was also with the slowing cloud, so almost killed me. And then I needed to run into another room, and the problem is the boss spawned in the room where it was the scavenger altar, so I couldn't complete it, but I got all the materials and I just ran out of time for like 10 seconds or 15 seconds because I couldn't either escape nor complete it. And I was just kind of in the middle of both rooms. I was just one room ahead from escaping and one room ahead for delivering the item, so it was super sad, but it was really, really fun. It was super clutch. So, yeah, that was still really, really fun. So, kind of a sad note, but not really because it was fun. So, if you all feel interested in this, feel free to drop by on my Twitch, and we talk to you there. So, bye bye.